Hello, and welcome back to Old School Sports. Thanks for your patience as we continue our playthrough of the Miami Marlins in OOTP 22. When we were last together, we got the offseason of the 24-25 seasons off to a start and kind of laid out our plan. At this point, we are, as you can see, on opening day for the 2025 season. So we'd like to review what we accomplished over the off-season. Our offense has been a disaster for the past several seasons. We had tried to win with pitching and defense, taking a little bit of a different tack this offseason, still hoping to win with pitching, but we focused somewhat more on offense in the players that we have picked up and added to our roster. So without further ado, since the last time we were together, made a number of transactions. We started in December of 2024. We traded away a middling relief pitcher, Edward Cabrera, and a decent prospect, Ethan Clow, along with three other minor leaguers, to the Pittsburgh Pirates to pick up Phillip Evans, who is a utility infielder, can play first and third, and we have him trained up through spring training a little bit to be acceptable, but certainly not strong at second base. But he actually has a decent major league bat, and he is in the final year of his contract, and the Pirates actually, although they are another small market team, retained a big chunk of his contract for us. So we felt that when we looked at the options available in free agency, trading for him was one of the more attractive ones. One free agent that we did sign a few weeks later was Taylor Rogers, a strong left-handed relief pitcher. We needed to add another lefty into our pitching staff, and we were able to sign him for $4.5 million a year for each of the next two seasons. You can see that he's been pretty successful over the past few years. Very good against lefties, as you can see here. So hopefully he will give our manager, Don Mattingly, a few more options out of the bullpen. We also participated in the Rule 5 draft, and from the Los Angeles Dodgers, we picked up another kind of utility infielder, Devin Mann. Decent, but not great bat. Excellent defensively at first base for what that's worth. Not much, and can also play second and third. Just trying to give our offense as many options as possible with decent bats and people who are at the very least versatile in terms of the positions they can play on defense. So we'll be keeping him on the 26-man roster for the entire season since we picked him up in the Rule 5 draft. Moving on to January, we signed another bat, free agent right fielder Fran Mil-Reyes from the Boston Red Sox. 1 year season, 1 year contract for $3.5 million. Has got more power than a lot of guys on our team. Very mediocre fielder, can play left or right, but we're actually a little left-handed bat heavy in the outfield. He probably will not be a starter, but a corner outfielder who can fill in and a pinch hitter off the bench. Again, we needed to get bats, and given the constraints of our budget with Miami, this was a decent bat that we were able to add. And that put us through the middle stages of free agency with a decent amount of money left. So we were looking at potentially adding a starting pitcher, but we decided to go for another bat. And what we ended up doing was signing Dominic Smith. He plays first base and left field, neither of which were positions of need. But you can see here that his offensive profile is solid, has had OPS plus well over 100 each of the last two seasons, led the league in doubles last year. We were able to sign him to a 3-year contract, but only 1 year is guaranteed, which is good for us being a small market team. $11.5 million a year, and then we have team options for the same amount each of the next two seasons. So realistically, we'll probably be letting either him go after this season or his former teammate back in the day on the New York Mets, who is our biggest contract, Michael Conforto, potentially could be letting him go down the line also. A big contract that we signed a couple years ago. You can see we've got him for several more years, $12 to $12.5 million. Unlikely that we will be able to bring them both back next year when we have people starting to go through arbitration, because as you can see, the way that we've spent our money, we right now have nothing left for free agents and nothing left for extensions. So if the season doesn't go as well as anticipated, could definitely be trading one or both of them at the trade deadline. But our hope is that the season will go better than recent ones have, given that we've invested more in our team at this point. Big goal is to play 500 ball this year. We need to improve our stats and on-base percentage. Last year we were 14th out of 15 teams, hopefully with a focus on adding some decent to above average bats this year. We'll be able to improve that. And then we were also requested to acquire a Gold Glove Award winner. Our closest match is our reliever, Eduard Bizzardo. So we probably will not get credit for that one. We should be able to improve on-base percentage, but whether or not we keep our job is likely entirely dependent on whether we can get to 500 this year. Taking a look at our pitching staff, very similar to last year. Trevor Rogers is our ace, although coming out of spring training, his total rating went down a little bit according to our scout, but has still been, a strong player over the past few years. I mentioned Bizzardo, who we picked up in a trade early in the offseason. He has moved right into our closer role. Whether or not he's actually going to win that Gold Glove we need, who knows? And then Taylor Rogers, as I mentioned, was the other big addition to the staff this offseason. Should give us a good lefty out of the bullpen, given that we only have Rogers in the rotation and then Chase and Shreve as lefties. But our pitching has not been the problem in recent years. Hopefully it will be better this season also, or at least decent and as good as it has been. Taking a look at our batting, Tucker Barnhart and Austin Hedges are both back. Great defensive, but weak offense as far as the catcher position, but a lefty bat and a righty bat. Very happy with the defense that they provide and the benefits that it gives to our rotation. A lot of versatility in the infield now with Lewin Diaz and Dominic Smith. First base, and hopefully Smith will play a little bit in the outfield. It looks like right now Mattingly wants to play him more than often at first base. Our hope would be that eventually Diaz gets more time at first base and Smith perhaps plays some in left field. And then you can see between Bryson Brigman and Matt Theus, who were here last season, as well as Phillip Evans and Devin Mann, who we brought in, we've got a lot of versatility to cover second and third base for us. Left-handed bat and Theus, the rest are right-handed bats. Brigman is the best defensive player at second. You can see 60, very good error rating, pretty good at turning the double play, and then an average range in arm. The other guys, Evans and Mann, are not as good defensively, but perhaps offer a bit more offensively, particularly in terms of hitting the ball hard. So we should have some versatility there to mix and match and pinch hit and have decent players in the field. And then Freddie Galvez is in the final year of his contract with us at shortstop. Good, solid defensive shortstop. Doesn't hit that much, but for our team, having him at $2 million a year is a big win. And then the outfield is where we're going to need to really put up some numbers. Michael Conforto in right field again. Left field, Reyes will be there many days, perhaps backed up by Conine, and perhaps Dominic Smith getting some action there. And then Jesus Sanchez, center field. He is not your prototypical center fielder defensively. You can see very mediocre. but we have played a better defensive center fielder for the past few years who we traded away. Just we're getting so little offense out of the position that we are willing to deal with less defense there, at least over the early stages of the season, and see how things go, with the hope that by having better bats in our lineup, we will be able to score more runs and win more games. So that is what we did in the offseason. We will be back next time around with a look at how the 2025 season goes. Until then, thanks for joining us, thanks for listening, and look forward to talking again soon.